So, what are we working on this time? Climate control module. My hot cold has either come detached or just decided to break. But annoyingly, it's stuck about right there. So it gets very, very hot in here after driving for about 10 minutes. Even though it's pouring outside right now, it's been quite hot and humid, so I'd really like to get some air conditioning back. I have over here a brand new used module. This was actually quite a nice find. This thing's in great shape. It was $50 shipped US on eBay. Came from a wrecker that obviously does some pretty heavy work. It's a nice vinyl tag. It's got all the information from the car this was pulled from. It was pulled from a 19... Focus. There we go. Pulled from a 1996 Passat. Even got the VIN that the part came off of. So, we'll see how this goes. Got 4 screws to take out. Stop that. 4 screws to take out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The module pushes backwards, and I'm hoping I can kind of slip it forwards and have enough slack, but don't know. We'll see. So of course there's not enough room to slide it through. So the dash bezel panel has to come off. Just I think a screw that lives back there. It's going to be a screw behind the OBD2 cover, and a screw behind the headlamp switch. Headlamp switch will have a little piece that comes over here, grab there, just pull forward, and then it'll slide out, disconnect it. There's another screw back up in here. These vents have a neat little trick, and I struggled with this the first few times I did it before I realized that maybe. There we go. So grab the outside of each of these. You can pull it forward. Slides right out. Oh, there's another screw up there. Ah, ow. There we go. Slide that vent out. Oh. Maybe there's no screw on that side. Oh, there it is. Down there at the bottom right. Boop. One up there. And one in there. That screw is actually missing. That fell down into the vent, and I don't want to pull the dash to get to it. Alright, let's get this off. Next up, now that we've got this out, you can see there are 3 cables. The blue one is going to be your hot cold, and you can see on mine maybe get a better shot once it's out. Gears popped off, and I mean it's crumbled. It's junk in there. There's that little silver clip that's holding down the blue cable. We'll talk about realigning these in a minute. There's a little trick to it, but just pop up that clip and pull your cables off. You'll have to wiggle. There's hard to see. Look at one of the others here. The little loop that goes around a peg on the arm. Just kind of gotta get some slack in the cable and twist it around, pull it off. Forgive me, I'm gonna have to talk over the rain here. Windows are all fogged up, but woo, man, it's coming down. I might be stuck out here for a while. Alright, so we're working on getting the cables back in now. You can see these little lands here. Now, some of them have a marker on them, and some of them don't. And I'm trying to remember, yeah, see this one down here, this one also has a marker on it, but the marker's way down here. So I'm thinking it's a color code rather than a place clip here. Because this one, its range of motion, you know, it wouldn't be able to fully retract. So this top one here, however, which is, alright, so this top one here, this blue one on this car, I don't know if it's universal for the B4 Passat. This top one here is going to be your defrost flap. And the trick to these clips is once you get everything lined up, all hunky-dory, you get these clips. This end here, my middle finger's tapping. Focus, thank you. That's the end that clips down on the housing. This other end here is the end which slips into a tiny little slot right there. Make sure your cable's pulled forward as far as you can, and click. Bingo. And there's the defrost. Bottom one is your foot, bi-level, and face control. The last one is the real challenge because there's not a lot of slack on it, but this is the hot-cold assembly. So I'll have to fiddle with it a bit. Definitely got to be a 2, 3, 4, 7-hander. So get back to you. Alright. So the only way I was able to get that blue one clipped in is to hook the wire loop around the peg, and then turn the dial all the way around to hot. And once it's there, it gives just enough tension to pull the cable through. Sorry about the awful lighting. Gives just enough tension to pull the blue sheathing through. You sort of have to slide it around a little bit. Then you reach your hand in there and you cut yourself open with a blood sacrifice while you're trying to clip the hold down in place. And it seems about right. So, kind of a pain in the butt. Not a lot of room here. This cross member here is a nice piece of thick plastic. Nice and sharp. Never thought hands were going to be in there, so they didn't bother smoothing it. But that's part of the whole dash assembly. So the whole dash would have to come out for a couple extra inches of clearance. Not worth it. It's a big job. So anyway, you got three electrical connectors. You got a big one. Come on, focus. Alright, you got a big connector right there. You got a tiny little electrical connector. Focus. Framing. Anything. Help! Got one more connector right there. And then your third connector is for your AC and recirc buttons. And those slip in from underneath. Then we can put everything back together. Happy day. Once everything's back together, make sure you check function. All 4 fan speeds, cold, to hot, to cold, to hot. Perfect. Air conditioning needs a charge. My recirc valve needs some attention. And face, bi-level, feet only, defrost. Woo! Happy noise! Time to finish up, put everything back together. Job done. Holy crap! I came out here to put the new climate control in my car. Sorry for yelling, but the rain's coming down so hard I can't even hear myself think. Jeez. This is insane. Glad I don't have to go out right now. Holy crap. I gotta get back in the house and I don't have a rain jacket. Oh, jeez.